Are you struggling to get more views on your TikTok videos? Hey heroes, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Nathan Olson, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing the most important metric on TikTok and how you can use it in order to help your videos go viral and grow on TikTok overnight. Coming up. Alright guys, welcome back. So just like with any social media channel, really platform, when it first starts out, most people think that engagement is probably the most important metric. And while engagement does play a serious role in figuring out how your content and even your account ranks on the platform, it's not the most important metric for every single platform. Every single platform is different and they have different content styles, so therefore their metrics and their key performance indicators are going to be different. Look for example on YouTube. YouTube is a video-based platform where watch time is an extremely important factor, but in comparison, look at Instagram where you're posting photos and videos. It's really about engagement on Instagram, and that's why you see so many power likes, power comments, and power saves. Engagement boosting is really a very big thing on Instagram, and that's because it's probably one of the most important metrics on that platform, especially comments. And it really comes down to the amount of time that it takes people to interact with content. You know, a like taking the least amount of time, a comment taking a little bit more time. But all of this boils down to what the platform needs and what key performance indicator they're looking at in order to maximize. So for Instagram, it's really about engagement. So the higher engagement you have on your content, the higher it's gonna perform. For YouTube, it's all about watch time, because the more time you spend watching content on YouTube, the more opportunity they have to advertise to you. And the same thing is true for TikTok. If you're looking for the most important metric to decide which piece of your content is performing the best, while engagement is good, you need to look at watch time and watch time percentage. The reason TikTok focuses very highly on your watch time percentage is because it shows interest. Whether positive or negative, you know, they're not really going through the comments and reading every single thing that people are posting on your video, but the percentage of the watch time is a great indicator for overall interest. It doesn't tell you what type of interest the audience has, but it tells you that, hey, from the beginning of this video all the way up until the end, or wherever the percentage is really dropping off, there was a high amount of interest, and we can capitalize on that. Because you have to think about it from TikTok's perspective. If you see videos that are 10, 15, 30, even 45 seconds long, but people are only viewing 3 seconds of that content, it probably means that the content is poor or the audience is just simply not interested in that type of content. So if you're looking to advertise to other users to come onto your platform, you're probably not going to want to push that content because people on your own platform don't even like it. Therefore, you want to look for content with a high percentage of watch time, because therefore there's already a perceived interest. And if you push it to other users outside of TikTok, there's probably going to be some more interest there. So as TikTok, as the company, watch time is something that's a very key performance indicator of their overall content production and overall interest of the audience. So as a TikTok account creator, you need to be focusing on this metric in order to understand which pieces of your content is working, maybe what styles and themes you could replicate in future videos, and really just understand how to maximize that overall watch time for your audience. But now that we understand watch time is the most important metric on TikTok for helping you go viral, grow, and generate overall exposure, let's talk about how to maximize your overall watch time on TikTok with a few simple tips. The first tip is going to be the style or even type of video that you're producing for TikTok. Some TikTok video types that really increase the overall amount of watch time and really have users guessing till the very end is going to be loop videos, transition videos, how-to videos, part 1 and part 2 videos. While loop and transition seem to be one of the best performing for overall watch time, they're a little bit difficult for creators who are a little bit newer to the space to create. But you should focus on utilizing them because they are extremely helpful outside of TikTok. If you're a content creator, if you're a video creator, if you're looking to make new types of commercials for your business or brand, understanding how to use these transitions and create small loop videos can be extremely helpful, not just for social media content production, but for other areas of content production as well. So I really encourage people to try the loop and transition videos. However, how-to videos are a great way to educate your users, give some value back, and really increase watch time. I see it all the time on TikTok now. People will make a viral video with some crazy loop, transition, effect, and then the next day they'll post the how-to tutorial video of how they created the video, and both of them generate a maximum amount of views, and it really helps the overall amount of account growth and exposure. Probably the most difficult one in order to perform well is the part 1, part 2 videos. The reason being that part 1 and part 2 don't do as well is because it's harder to sell that part 1 story. The part 1 is the introduction, and it's a lot of character building and or setting the stage for what comes in part 2. So if your part 1 story is a little bit poor, it takes time and it takes user energy in order to go from part 1 to part 2. Because typically it's not a simple scroll. They have to go to your account, find the next video. If it's not at the top, they're gonna have to scroll through your feed. So it's a lot of work for the user. So if you're not creating a perfect part 1, part 2, I would highly encourage you guys to stay away. But I do see a lot of people that have mastered the part 1, part 2, especially with like mystery box openings, from dirty to clean videos, whether it be sneakers, cars, clothes, really anything. It just shows the how or the cause video, and then the effect video is how I like to phrase it as well. Instead of part 1, part 2 is cause and effect videos, if that helps you think of it in a different sign of light. Are you ever curious how people like David Dobrik, Logan Paul, or even Mr. Beast are able to give away millions of dollars, cars, PS5s, shoes, Pokemon trading cards, and so many crazy gifts back to their fans in order to just generate some content? Well, they do that because this content is a fantastic story and it's generating a high amount of views, engagement, and exposure for their overall brand that really helps them in the long run. So although that they're probably, spending a little bit for this giveaway prize, I imagine most of those prizes are donated because they're extremely big influencers. However, if they have the prize, it's giving away that prize, creating that positive story, that great sense of connection between account owner and followers really helps strengthen their overall brand and gives them extremely high long-term ROI value. And that comes down to tip number 2. If you really want to increase your overall watch time, try creating a good story. Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, David Dobrik, all those people, they typically play on the positive stories, and that's something that I like to focus on as well. I think positivity spreads a little bit easier. So for example, giveaways, doing something nice for someone in the community, helping someone get out of a struggle, all those types of videos really do well on the platform, especially when they're about a human to human interaction or even human to animal interaction, saving a dog from maybe malnourishment, helping a homeless person get some food and clean clothes. Those are really great videos to help boost your overall exposure and really just help you be a good person. Although, yeah, maybe you probably are doing it just for the overall content and to help your growth. But if everybody was doing positive actions in order to help themselves that also help someone else, I don't really see any poor connotation in that. Even though they're both gaining, some may be gaining less or a little bit more than the other, I think it's still an important thing to do is to spread positivity. However, shock and scare and fear value still play a role. That's why insurance is still a thing. Life insurance is still a thing. They sell insurance for just about anything. But fear mongering and shock value also play a great role. And typically they pull at people's empathy or negative emotions. So I typically stay away from those types of videos, but I do know that the shock value and those empathy pulling videos do well as well. So you can also utilize that style of content if you're interested. All right, for tip number 3, we're gonna be taking a play out of the Clickbait Players Playbook. And essentially what that means is we're gonna be posting our thumbnails as the end of our videos. We wanna give away the ending first, because that's typically the most shock value, the most value delivering piece of content when people are just simply scrolling through your feed. They always want to see the end result, and figuring out how you got there helps sell the video. So when it comes to increasing your overall watch time, views, and even just the clicks on your specific videos, having a great thumbnail that kind of showcases the ending or something super curiosity piquing can do wonders for your overall content and your overall account exposure. However, I strongly encourage you to not put any type of content that is not in the video. So that is where clickbait essentially comes into play. Clickbait is the bait and switch. I'm gonna show you a thumbnail that seems super awesome and probably answers a lot of your question, but the video itself does not relate to any of that. So please do not do that. That establishes a poor relationship between account owner and follower. What you should be doing is posting the end of your video, the most curiosity piquing section of your video, or even just a super awesome part of your video that's going to help drive clicks and drive views, because what you want to do is pique the curiosity of the person scrolling through your feed. There's gonna be a ton of videos on there, so if you can focus on utilizing that on all your videos, that will really give you a great chance of increasing overall amount of views and watch time on your content. All right, last but not least, number 4, you need to analyze your content. So once you've been utilizing these 3 tips in the past, and maybe you already have been producing content on TikTok already, you need to go to your settings and go pro on TikTok in order to utilize the TikTok account analysis tools. And once you're on there, you can see which videos are performing well, which are performing not so well, and you can even see the watch time. Now, this is really where it's going to be important to understand and analyze each of your videos, because the higher view watch time percentage videos are what you need to focus on. You need to understand maybe why are they performing so well? Is it the setting? Is it the song? Is it the style of video? Is it the character in the video? Is it a boy or girl in the video? You know, this is where kind of data and breaking and split testing really comes into play as a content creator, because you can take that video and do a trillion different similar videos that have minute switches or small details that change in order to see and in order to maximize the amount of views and really hammer out a perfect video. You see this a lot with people that do transition videos and loop videos. They will constantly reproduce the same loop, the same transition in order to perfect their craft, as well as to just kind of get better at creating content for you guys and to become more consistent. So if you're looking at kind of optimizing your already existing content production strategy on TikTok, then look at the analytics, figure out what videos are working and why they're working, and try to recreate that in some new content. Test, analyze, record, repeat the process, and eventually you'll have some fantastic content that's blowing up back to back to back because you know how it will perform already on the platform. But all right, heroes, that's it for today. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video. The TikTok watch time metric is absolutely one of the most important metrics on the platform. I encourage you to start going through your data and really figuring out which videos are performing well. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the description section down below. I'll be happy to answer any of them. And if you need any help in growing your TikTok, helping you expand your business online, make sure to head over to yourcharisma.com, where we have every online business solution just for you. All right, heroes, Nate out.